On the Big J Show on Hot 109, joining us right now, we have got Matt Roloff from Little People Big World. Matt, good morning. How are you?
Good. I'm good, Jay. How are you?
I'm fantastic. You got a busy day today. You doing some radio this morning? You got Leno tonight? You're a busy man.
Yeah, we are. We're going to be busy. I'm excited about it because we like to stay busy.
Yeah,
Keeps us out of trouble.
Clearly, if you watch the show, you know that you guys are always up to something. And tonight, I was surprised to hear this. I mean, I TiVo the show. I think I've seen every episode, but it's crazy to think that tonight's going to be the 200th episode.
I'm not sure if it's actually tonight, but our 200th episode is coming up very, very soon. Maybe it is tonight. It's on the 10th.
Oh, it's on the 10th.
It's like May 10th is the 200th episode, but tonight we're on the countdown to the 200th episode for sure. So tonight's the premiere of season 5B, but we've the bottom line is we've done a lot of shows.
Yeah, exactly. How'd you guys get into the show? I mean, like, obviously you're just living your life. You know, you've got a family. How did the whole show, Little People Big World, come about?
Well, we had a producer that approached us almost 6, maybe 7 years ago and just said, wow, they were actually scouting for a different kind of a show where we would just be a little part of it. And then they said, wow, we might have a whole show here. So they did a pilot, and we sort of thought, well, that's about enough. And then they wanted to do 3 or 4 episodes, and we said, well, maybe we'll do a little bit more and continue to educate little people. And one thing led to another, and here we are 200 episodes later. It was quite a journey.
That's cool. What is the response from the little people community? I mean, like, do little people think it's a good thing that you guys are doing for little people, or how do they respond to it?
Well, like any community, you're going to get different opinions. I think at first, and certainly even to this day, many people are, very, very excited about how it's helped open up eyes and change perceptions and desensitize America. But we have very close friends of ours that are little people, and they'll walk down the street, and everybody will stop them and want to talk about Little People Big World. So they're like, enough already about the Roloff. So I think there's good and there's bad to it, if you want to call it that. But certainly more good than bad, I think, and we certainly get emails and compliments from little people all across the world that feel like the show has really helped open eyes and open understanding of what little people are about, and help curb some of the being the brunt of the jokes and the objects of humor and what have you.
Yeah, is little people? I mean, obviously, I think it's helped in that sense that, like, with just the verbiage. I mean, a lot of people, I think, probably because of the show, now refer to little people as little people. Is that the proper term that's generally accepted? I mean, is that what people would like to be referred to as, little people?
Yeah, that is, and I know that's been kind of a little bit of a tough nut to swallow. But for somewhere the fathers of the Little People of the Little People of America organization way back in the 50s, sat down around a table and realized that the midget word, which we call the M word, it was offensive, and it was being used as a touting word for kids at school. And look at the midget, and it sent a lot of shivers up kids' spines, and so. Then they thought, well, the word dwarfism was a little bit too technical and too medical, so they landed on, why don't we just say little people, and that puts the word people into it, and somewhere along the line that sort of stuck, and so that's been widely accepted by most group of our group as sort of I call it a term of endearment. If somebody says little person, it's like, hey man, you're in the know, you're smart. But certainly the show Little People Big World has certainly propagated that phrase, that appropriate phraseology into, I think, pop culture, modern America, which has been great. So we've really gotten the word out.
Yeah. Do you think it's easier? I mean, you obviously grew up being a little person. Do you think times have changed, like the way society views it? Like, do you think it's easier for your children to grow up as little people compared to when you grew up like that? Has society become more accepting of it, or do they mock it less, or is it still a big struggle?
I mean, I would say there's still some struggles, but certainly I think during my childhood and before the onset of our show, I think we were making great strides, and through the efforts of the Little People of America organization, and their educational outreach and different programs to teach fourth graders about the terminologies, and we would go into classrooms and ask kids true and false. All little people have magical powers, true or false. And of course, you'd be amazed at what they would think about about little people before our talk, and then we'd do our talk, and they would have a much more realistic view of what a little person was and can do and cannot do, etc. But I think that the show has accelerated that beyond belief. Instead of talking to 300 kids at a time or having a magazine article here or there or a documentary, it's really been able to draw in millions of viewers, and we do that at a sacrifice because we have to, our family, has to really kind of hang it out there to keep that entertainment. You can't just have, 200 documentaries about the same subject and have them be successful. So the format, that's very personal and sort of sacrificial for us because we're having to share our family. Sometimes, you want to keep things private and you want to air your laundry out, amongst just your family, but we have a commitment to help educate people, and one of the ways you do that in the television, in the world of television is you have to have a little edge and hang it out there and entertain people at the same time that you're teaching them.
Definitely. Has there been any problems within the family? I mean, through the years that the show's been on, has anybody ever just, come to you or to Amy and said, this is just, I don't want to do this anymore, Mom or Dad. Like, this is getting too invasive. Has anybody had a big problem like that, or has it been pretty smooth sailing?
It's actually been reasonably smooth sailing in that regard. Nobody's actually, we give the kids enough room. I mean, if they're really, truly tired, they can slip out. We tell them to take the mic off, and we excuse them, and they can go off and run around, and go over to a friend's house or whatever. But unfortunately, nobody's come. I think if they did, we would immediately quit the show because we're always doing a sanity check saying, to the kids, hey, do you guys want to keep doing this? And is everybody okay? And we want to do more. And sometimes we'll call up TLC and say, hey, we're taking a break. And they're always very, very accommodating and respectful of those times for us. And so it's been a kind of a joint work together process between the family and between the production company and the TLC network, just to make sure that it continues to be comfortable and productive.
We see that with these reality shows, and not just reality shows, but just people, there's a lot of controversy and scandal going on in Hollywood and the TV world right now. Obviously, John and Kate +8, all sorts of controversy there and drama. Is there anything that we should watch out for with the Roloffs? Any big controversy going to come out?
And when those scandals happen, the ratings go through the roof. So if you've got any ideas, share them with us. No, we don't have any scandals coming up. I know that there was a lot of talk on the final of the last season about Amy and I, we're going to get divorced and this and that. And yes, we do have changed. Amy and I are growing as individuals because that's what happens in real life. I tell people it's unlike a scripted, like the Cosby Show, where all the characters' roles are pretty much set from over a 10-year period. They don't really grow up or change. They're kind of the same people. But in real life, that's not like that. This is reality where we're changing, and Amy's interests are changing, and I'm trying to adapt to her changing interests, and she's doing more things outside the home, and I want to do more things in home and less travel, and so we're learning about each other still, even after 22 years of marriage. And of course, the kids are growing up and being the teenagers and doing what teenagers do, and then put all this under the spotlight of the scrutiny of the blogosphere people and the all the people that on the internet that want to analyze every move you make, and it's a formula for a disaster. But I think for our family, we just got back from a really wonderful family vacation. One of our first one. I know everybody thinks we take a lot of vacations, but this is the first one we took without cameras, in tow. Since we started the show, the whole family was together with no cameras, and that was just a really good time to reconnect and reassess where we're at, and we've had a several month break from filming now, and so we're kind of all feeling pretty good right now.
Very good.
About ourselves and each other and the family as a unit. But there's definitely times when there's tension and things and time, when it comes to the brink of disaster, of just explosion, just because of the emotional components. But we've managed to be strong and pull through all those times.
Very good. Well, the show, it sounds like it's going to be as exciting as ever. Little People, Big World premieres tonight, 9 o'clock here in Billings on TLC. Check it out. And also check Matt out tonight on Leno. It's been great talking to you, Matt. Tell Amy and all the kids hi for us from all of us here in Montana, and we'll look forward to another good season of Little People, Big World. Thanks for joining us.
Well, thank you for having me. Appreciate it.
All right, bye-bye, Matt. Oh, I tried to make that creepier at the end.
The Big J Show. Weekday mornings from 6 till 10 on Billings' #1 hit music station, Hot 101.9.